kick off the new year and to have all of you here to participate in this. I'll note for the record before we get started that the item that was on the agenda, the Alpha Loop Tunnel under Haynesbridge Road Workshop, has been removed from the agenda by staff, and we'll be presenting that at a future meeting, probably next month, I would imagine. We wanted to get some more information before we brought that item forward. I'll note for the record that all members of council are present and accounted for except for Councilman Will and Councilman Mitchell. I don't believe either will be joining us this evening, but perhaps Councilman will join by Zoom, I believe. There is a possibility that he might be able to join us. And as we always do, we begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you're able, please stand and join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we do have a couple of proclamations and presentations to begin this evening. I'll start off with a proclamation for Fulton County Board of Education member, retired, Ms. Katie Reeves. Katie, if you'll join me up front, please. Councilman Dorito, if you'd like to join me. Thanks, sir. Welcome back to City Hall.
Thank you.
So, I don't know that any of you have not met Katie before, or at least heard her somewhere before, but Katie Reeves has been a special member of this community for quite some time. For 20 years she has served on the Fulton County School Board through how many redistrictings?
Oh, countless.
I was going to say, I know.
Over 20 up here.
I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it. I know I've been through several as a parent and a few as an elected official, including this past year, where you responded outstanding as usual and represented our community and our residents very well. So we're very proud to be able to recognize Katie this evening for her service to our community. As most of you know, one of the things that makes Alpharetta the city we are today is the school system. As a real estate agent 20 years ago when I first moved to this community, I would talk to people moving in and out of Alpharetta, and I always asked them, what brought you here? And usually there was a job involved in bringing them to the metro Atlanta area. The reason they came to our city was almost always the schools, because these were people who had come from all over the world, all over the country, and they knew Atlanta, they knew they wanted to be in this area. Most of them chose our city because of the great school system and the safe community that we provided. And most of you know this, but I do get calls and letters from people who don't understand that despite how important the school system is to our community and our residents, the city council and the city itself has no direct control over the school system. So we depend on Katie and now Lily, who will now be our future school board member for this community, to keep our schools running as well as they do. So I'm very proud to consider Katie a friend and have worked with her for a long time. I'm proud of this opportunity to recognize her for her service, because I know how much she has been through over the last 20 years. Councilman Dorito, I believe you know her very well. Would you like to add anything to that?
I could add a lot, but I'll try to be brief. I've known Trustee Reeves for quite a number of years, going on almost 29, 30. She was a great advisor to me. Last time I spent 10 years on the city council, back from 2001 to 2011. We had many conversations as she served on our school board. I had 3 young children when we moved to Alpharetta, go through our public school systems. And I have to say, and I say this always to Katie Reeves, always tell them how my kids are doing. because a lot of her fingerprints were both on the curriculum, the infrastructure, the availability of the music programs. I'll go down a whole list of what made Fulton County the school district that it is today. And Katie Reeves had a lot to do with that in taking care of our kids and our youth. And my kids would not be as educated today if it wasn't for Katie Reeves and other people on the school board. So I want to thank you for that. And more importantly, I want to thank you for being such great friends. So, and good luck in your retirement, but we're going to appoint you to a board tonight. So.
Is there anything you'd like to say, Katie?
I just want to say thank you. This has been, serving this community in any capacity is a privilege. And serving as a school board member was such an honor. And, you know, our schools reflect our community. There's a reason they're great schools, and it's because we're such a great community here in Alpharetta. And we have you all to thank for a lot of that. So thank you very much for this tonight. I appreciate it.
You're certainly welcome. So I do have a proclamation that I'll read for you now, and that is a proclamation by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. Fulton County School Board of Education member Katie Reeves. Whereas for the past 24 years, I actually shorted you by 4 years, Katie Reeves has dedicated herself to public service, the betterment of our community, and preparing our children for productive and prosperous lives by representing the City of Alpharetta as the District 2 member of the Fulton County School Board of Education. Whereas board member Katie Reeves was a tireless and passionate advocate who was reelected 5 times and worked with 9 school superintendents. Not all of them were super, but most of them were pretty good. Excuse me. Whereas board member Reeves was an advocate for our community and often held meetings with Alpharetta parents for purposes of listening to their concerns and ideas and to disseminate information on plans, programs, and issues facing Fulton County schools. And whereas during her tenure, 20 new schools opened in North Fulton and 45 new schools opened throughout Fulton County. Most recently, board member Reeves envisioned and promoted the board's decision to fund and build downtown Alpharetta's Innovation Academy, which is a magnet STEM's high school that integrates traditional high school curriculum and Georgia Tech's design thinking program at their Center for Education, integrating science, mathematics, and computing. And whereas we appreciate board member Reeves for her leadership and service to our community, our residents, and Fulton County students. Now therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia, do thank board member Katie Reeves for her dedication to the county's education system and the positive impact that she has on our community. So proclaimed this 3rd day of January, 2023, by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. Thank you, Ms. Reeves.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And as I take my place on the dais, I'll call up Ms. Chris Randall, our Director of Human Resources, because the next honor will be the Investments in Recruiting and Employing American Military Veterans Gold Medallion Award.
And I'm afraid you're going to have to come up here in a few minutes again.
Okay, I can do that.
So good evening, Mayor and City Council, members of the public. Happy first meeting of the year. I'm extremely honored and happy to be here and announce that the City of Alpharetta earned the 2022 Gold Hire Vets Medallion Award from the Department of Labor for efforts recruiting and retaining veterans. There are several criteria that an organization needs to apply to receive this award. And for the City of Alpharetta, the most notable ones is that over 10% of our workforce is comprised of U.S. veterans. And the award is always given based on the preceding numbers for the, on the data from the preceding years. And we had an astonishing 100% retention of the veterans that we hired from the past 12 months. This is just one more feather in our cap. Yes, we have great school districts, we have a great community, and what I always like to say, we as an employer is awesome because the awesome works here, and this is yet another award to say that. And the Secretary of Labor, Mr. Martin Walsh, he had a conflict today and he couldn't be here, but he sent a letter, and I will present that award to you, Mayor, on his behalf. Honorable Mayor Gilvin, on behalf of myself and the U.S. Department of Labor, I want to thank the City of Alpharetta, Georgia's exemplary efforts to recruit, employ, and retain our nation's veterans, and I want to congratulate you in earning the 2022 Gold Higher Vet Medallion Award. The Higher Vets Medallion Program implements the Honoring Investments in Recruiting and Employing Veterans Act of 2017. It is the only veteran employment award at the federal level. By meeting the criteria for the Gold Award, you have shown that you not only honor our veterans, you recognize the value veterans bring to the workplace, and you support their success in the America's workforce. We look forward to working with you in support of our nation's veterans in the years ahead, and to take advantage of this important annual program award again. Another thing is the City of Alpharetta is the only government institution in the state of Georgia to receive that award. So we should be very proud.
And we are.
Thank you.
So I would just like to say I appreciate being able to accept this award on behalf of our City Council and our leadership team, Mr. Lagerbloom, and all of our directors who create an environment that recruits and retains top talent and veterans specifically. So we're very proud of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
So now, as many of you know, we have a good bit of swearing in to do this evening. And we appreciate the service of all of you, and we appreciate you being willing to come back and do this to make it official. And so we'll begin with the boards and commission appointments and Planning Commission alternate appointment by the mayor and city council. I believe we had Councilman Dorito that wanted to make an alternate appointment suggestion.
Yes, Mayor. I'd like to request the mayor and council appoint as an alternate appointment to the Planning Commission, Katie Reeves.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Dorito, a second by Councilman Binder. Any discussion? We're voting by hand this evening. We are. Well, it was a pivot because we may have Councilman Will joining us at some point, and if he was going to join by Zoom, we wouldn't be able to use the electronic counts to keep the record. So apologize for not briefing you on that right before. Councilman Binder.
I would, just because I know you just had your proclamation, Katie. I just want to say I appreciate you too. As kids going through elementary right now, you've always been a phone call and a good ear as a parent and as your official capacity, and just says a lot that you are doing this right now with I think a 24-hour break of public service, and that just means a lot to me, and I know our community that you're going to continue to serve. So I appreciate what you've done, and I look forward to seeing what you'll do. Thank you.
Seeing none, I will say specifically for this appointment, I know Katie Reeves has a unique and very informed opinion of the impact of these decisions that we make here at this dais on our school system. And so I feel very comfortable having someone with that background, that experience to consider the impact of all the decisions we make. And so I do support the appointment. All those in favor of appointing Katie Reeves as an alternate to the Planning Commission, please raise your right hand. And it does pass unanimously. Next item is the Board of Zoning Appeals, board member appointment by Mayor Pro Tem Ann Markle.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, I would like to offer a proposal to approve Mr. Kirk Driscoll, a member of the City of Alpharetta, part of our community, very involved. And at this time, I would make that recommendation.
Second.
So that was a motion and the second by Councilman Dorito. And that was to appoint Kirk Driscoll to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Any discussion? All those in favor? And it does pass unanimously. Congratulations and condolences. Next appointment is the Natural Resources Commission, board member appointment by Councilmember Jason Binder.
I'd like to appoint Lindsay Ann Burnett to the Natural Resource Commission. She'll do a great job. I've worked with her through corralling soccer kids, and I think it'll be good to have her perspective on Natural Resource Commission to share in the education of our wonderful environment. So, thank you.
Absolutely. I take that as a motion.
I don't think I need to make a motion on that one.
That is correct, Councilman Binder. No motion is required for this appointment.
My apologies. Thank you. Always keep me straight. So that will be done. And now I believe we will begin. Judge Will, if he hasn't run out of here yet, there he was in the back. Hard to miss the man in the robe. Judge Will, I appreciate you coming forward this evening and helping us with this.
Okay, we're going to start, good evening. We're going to start with the Board of Zoning Appeals. If you will line up over here, please. Are you ready to take the oath of office? You can read along. And if anybody can't remember their name, I can put your name on the oath now. You'll raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I, and in your name, hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Board of Zoning Appeals of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. I am qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia. And I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Board of Zoning Appeals member, regularly attend meetings, uphold the ideals of community and service, act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct, and support the charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta. Thank you and congratulations, and we appreciate your service. Wait. I need to have each of you sign where it says right here, and then I will go ahead and sign as well. How about a pen that works? Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Thanks, Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Sir.
Thank you. Next, which one are we going to do next? Code Enforcement Board. All right, gentlemen, are you ready to take the oath of office? You raise your hand and repeat after me, please. I, and state your name. Hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Code Enforcement Board of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
Hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Code Enforcement Board of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that
I do solemnly swear or affirm that
I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money
I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due to this state
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I am qualified to hold said office
I am qualified to hold said office
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall
faithfully perform the duties of a Code Enforcement Board member
faithfully perform the duties of Code Enforcement Board member,
regularly attend meetings,
regularly attend meetings,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
support the charter and bylaws of the city of Alpharetta.
support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta.
Congratulations and thank you for your service. Step up here is a pen for you to sign. Thank you, Roger.
Thanks, sir.
You ready to take the oath of office? Get position first. Repeat after me. And I, state your name. Hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Cultural Arts Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
Hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Cultural Arts Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I am qualified to hold said office
I am qualified to hold said office
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
and I shall support the Constitution and laws
and I shall support the Constitution and laws
of the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Cultural Arts Commission member,
that I shall faithfully perform the duties of Cultural Arts Commission member,
regularly attend meetings,
regularly attend meetings,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics, Conduct,
and support the Charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta.
and support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta.
Congratulations and thank you for your service. We'll sign that here once she's done, please. Sorry. Thank you both. We're just going to do him first. Are y'all ready to take the oath of office? Yes. Okay, if you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, state your name, hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Design Review Board of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. I am qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia, and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Design Review Board member, regularly attend meetings, uphold the ideals of community and service, act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct, and support the charter and bylaws of the City of Alpharetta. Congratulations, and thank you for your service. Just step up and sign. Where's the pen for this? Thank you, Frank.
Black or blue?
Blue is what I prefer. But I wasn't sure you had enough practice to do this again.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for service. There's, that one actually works. Thank you. That's- Thank you, Richard. Thank you. You ready to take the office?
Ready.
Okay. You raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, David Chattel,
Accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Development Authority of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Development Authority of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due to this state
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
or any political subdivision
or authority thereof.
I am qualified to hold said office
and qualified to hold said office
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
according to the Constitution and the laws of Georgia,
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm
Further,
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Development Authority member,
that
I shall faithfully perform the duties of the Development Authority member,
regularly attend meetings,
regularly attend meetings,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's code of ethics,
and support the charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta.
support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you'll sign right there. Thank you, Morgan. David,
My pleasure. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Are you ready to take the oath of office?
I am ready.
Good. You raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Bob Myers,
And hereby accept the honor of serving
hereby accept the honor of serving
as a board member of the Historic Preservation Commission of the
as a
City
board member of the Historic Preservation Commission
of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
or any political subdivision or authority thereof.
I'm qualified to hold said office
I am qualified to hold said office
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
I further solemnly swear or affirm that I shall
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall
faithfully perform the duties of a Historic Preservation Commission member,
faithfully perform the duties of a Historic Preservation Commission member,
regularly attend meetings,
regularly attend meetings,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
and support the charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta.
and support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
If you sign right here on the right-hand side. Thank you, Bob. Yes, sir, but you can get one souvenir if you want one. Slide over that way just a little bit, so I'll be heard. How are you?
Hey, how are
got one for you. Are y'all ready to take the oath of office? We are. Okay, if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name. Hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Natural Resources Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. I do solemnly swear or affirm. That I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. I am qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia. I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia. And the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Natural Resources Commission member. Regularly attend meetings. Uphold the ideals of community and service. Act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct. And support the charter and laws of the city of Alpharetta. Congratulations and thank you. Let's step up and sign on each of those things. Right over there in the corner there, please. Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trying to get ahead of yourself, weren't you? Trying to get ahead of yourself, weren't you? Thank you, Clifford. Thank you. Yes, sir. Looking for punishment. Are y'all ready to take the oath of office? Yes, sir. Okay. It's not, you haven't done this before, once or twice before.
Done this a couple of times.
Raise your right hand, please. And repeat after me. I state your names.
I, Katie Reeves,
Hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Planning Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
hereby accept the honor of serving as a board member of the Planning Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia.
I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money
that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money
due this state. That's okay. I'll read along with you.
Due to this state
Or any political subdivision or authority thereof. I am qualified to hold said office
I am qualified to hold said office
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia.
according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia.
I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America.
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm
Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Planning Commission member,
that I shall faithfully perform the duties of a Planning Commission member,
regularly attend meetings,
regularly attend meetings,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
uphold the ideals of community and service,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct,
and support the charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta.
and support the charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta.
Congratulations and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
you'll step up and sign. There's a pen for you. You're right on the right. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. The newbie goes last.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Ready? Are you all ready to take the oath of office? All right, if you'll raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name. I, Jeremy Scott. Hereby accept the honor. Of serving as a board member of the Recreation Commission of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia. I do solemnly swear or affirm. That I am not the holder. Of any unaccounted for public money. Due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. I am qualified to hold said office. According to the Constitution and laws of Georgia. I shall support the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia. And the Constitution and laws of the United States of America. Further, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I shall. Faithfully perform the duties of a Recreation Commission member. Regularly attend meetings. Uphold the ideals of community and service. Act and conduct business in accordance with the city's Code of Ethics and Conduct. And support the charter and laws of the City of Alpharetta. Congratulations and thank you for your service. Step up, please. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Jeremy. With that, Mr. Mayor, I believe that concludes all the swearing in that we can have scheduled.
Thank you, sir. We do appreciate it very much, and we do, once again, on behalf of all of our council and the people of Alpharetta, we appreciate your service because we do not do everything from this day as we could not, and you are the eyes, the ears, and the feet of this institution, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
So next item up on our agenda is the consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the council meeting minutes from the meeting of December 12th, 2022, and the city benefits package, increasing costs towards Peace Officer Annuity Benefit Fund and Georgia Firefighters Pension Fund, Georgia Law Enforcement Certification Program Agency Application and Participation Agreement. Is there anyone who would like to remove anything from the consent agenda this evening? Seeing none, I'll call for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd make a motion to approve the consent agenda tonight.
We have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Merkel,
Second, Mayor.
and a second by Councilman Dorito. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. And it does pass unanimously. Next item up on the agenda is the public hearing. First item up under the public hearing portion is ordinance of failure to appear. Ms. Eswine, I believe you have this item.
Yes, I'll go ahead and do the reading of the ordinance and then provide the explanation. So, an ordinance of the mayor and the council of the city of Alpharetta, Georgia, to amend Article 1 of Chapter 30 of the Code of the city of Alpharetta, Georgia, to add a provision related to failure to appear, to assign that provision to Section 30-8, currently reserved, to provide an effective date and for other purposes. Mayor and council, the solicitor has requested this addition to the Code of Ordinances, specifically to address when individuals are summoned to answer for charges in municipal court and then fail to appear. It's pretty self-explanatory to make that, under our city code, its own violation so that there can be penalties assessed if someone were to fail to appear, even if whatever their underlying charge was, say, dismissed or the solicitor decided not to prosecute it, because ultimately we need to have defendants, respecting the authority of the court, making sure they're coming in and answering for whatever charges are brought, and that's what this ordinance provides for.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Ms. Eswine? Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards on this item?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, if anyone would like to come forward and speak on this item, now is your chance to do so. Seeing none, we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that council adopt the ordinance to amend Article 1 of Chapter 30 of the Code of the City of Alpharetta to add a provision related to Section 30-8 for failure to appear.
Second, Mayor.
I have a motion by Councilman Heights, a second by Councilman Dorito. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion, the ordinance of failure to appear as outlined by Molly Eswine and as outlined by Councilman Heights. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. And it does pass unanimously. So now we'll move on to the old business portion of tonight's meeting. And the old business, first item is PH-22-15 Unified Development Code UDC text amendments, tree conservation, landscape, and buffer requirements. Director Cook, I believe you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is the second reading. There's been one change since the first reading. The council had asked that we add a definition for conserve. So that's been added, and the definition added, conserve, is stated as to protect from harm or destruction, preserve, save. So that's the only change since the first reading, is we actually added that definition. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Do we have any questions from council on this item? Ms. Eswine, do you mind reading the ordinance?
An ordinance to amend Article 3 of the Unified Development Code of the City of Alpharetta, Georgia, to add regulations pertaining to tree conservation, to repeal conflicting ordinances, and for other purposes.
Thank you very much. Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards?
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
However, I thought there might be someone who would like to come forward. Now is your opportunity to do so. If you don't mind, please just state your name and your address for the public record.
Michael Buchanan, 135 Pebble Trail here in Alpharetta. And I wanted to say I know that I've been mildly aggressive about preserving the character and the trees of Alpharetta. And I wanted to say, if I can always stand here and say I wish y'all would do something, then I thought when y'all did something, it would be proper of me to get up here and say thank you. So I wanted to say thanks for the new text, everything Kathy and David have done, and I'm always going to be looking for more. But for now, I'm thrilled at what y'all have done, and I just wanted to, on record, thank you.
Thank you, sir. If there's anyone else that would like to come forward, now's your chance. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council?
Sir, Mr. Mayor, I make a motion tonight to approve PH-22-15 Unified Development Code UDC text amendment, tree conservation, landscape, and buffer requirements as read by the city attorney.
I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Merkel and a second by Councilman Heitz, and that was to approve the PH-22-15 Unified Development Code text amendments as outlined by Molly Eswine and Mayor Pro Tem Merkel in his motion. Any discussion? Councilman Heitz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is one of these opportunities where I'm really pleased to and enthusiastic about casting a vote. I want to thank Kathy and Dan, Community Development, for bringing this forward. These streets are not in covenant-controlled areas like some subdivisions have, so if we're going to maintain the character of these corridors, it's really up to us as a city for our future generations. I want to thank Mike Buchanan and other folks that live out there because, our residents need to know that City Hall does hear them and does appreciate their input, and I think this is an important development and one that I'll be really happy about in years to come for casting this vote.
Any other discussion? I'll just say ditto. Save time. That being said, all those in favor of the motion to approve, please raise your right hand. And it does pass unanimously. That'll wrap up old business portion of tonight's meeting. We'll move on to new business. And the first item under new business is the contract award number 23-004 Big Creek Greenway Boardwalk Placement. Director Sisevich, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Before you tonight, Mayor and Council, is the replacement of what we call the Wild Wings Boardwalk. I know Wild Wings has relocated, but that's our point of reference. This is the trail that takes you from the Beaver Creek Road area underneath Mansell Road and ties into our boardwalk, our greenway on the other side. We're replacing a wooden boardwalk with a concrete raised boardwalk. I know it's an oxymoron, but it's a concrete deck on steel helical piers. It will last a lot longer. It is 4 feet below the flood elevation, so it's still going to be, when it floods, it's going to get wet. We cannot go higher because we will then run into lack of headspace underneath Mansell Road Bridge. So to keep things moving. We are looking at a 12-month project time. Majority of that is the lead time of the steel. We're hoping after the approval, this gets approved tonight, to let the contractor know and be on the docket for the February steel submittal queue of work that they have, and we're looking at about 3 to 6 months lead time for that work to get through. So they're going to do some work in the interim, but they don't want us to tear things up and then have everything vacant for a little bit. We did get 3 vendors to bid: Accelerate, Lou Allen, and J.G. Leone, all who have worked in the city in the past, and Accelerate has been doing extremely well for us over the last couple of years. So, any questions?
Any questions from council on this item? Thank you, Pete. I know that's been a heavy lift, and you spent a lot of time pulling that one together, and we do appreciate you and Director Rogers' efforts in getting that resolved, because
Thank you.
You were left in a bind when the decision was made many years ago to use wooden 2x4s for that stretch that was going to be underwater so frequently. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
That being said, it was treated. That's probably why it lasted as long as it did. Do I have a motion to approve?
Yes, Mayor, I move to approve and award the contract ITB 23-04 to Accelerate Construction LLC for the replacement of the Big Creek Greenway Boardwalk near Mansell Road for an amount not to exceed $2,240,000 and authorize the mayor to execute all necessary documents.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Dorito, second by Mayor Pro Tem. I just realized that I did not do public comment. So if there is anyone that would like to come forward and speak on this item, now is your chance. So I see no one coming forward, so we will go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion to approve the contract award as outlined by Councilman Dorito, raise your right hand. It is unanimous. Thank you very much. Next item up is the intergovernmental agreement for the Alpharetta Jail. Ms. Eswine, I believe you and Director Robinson have this one.
Good evening. As you all know, back in the fall, November, we entered into a IGA with Fulton County and was able to open the jail back up, which has been a huge success, and we are grateful for that. So in doing that, we anticipated that our neighbors would be joining us at some point afterwards, and Milton is the first to do that. So this IGA is a intergovernmental agreement between us, Milton, and Fulton County Sheriff Department. They're adhering to the same requirements we are regarding per person booked in and also overnight stays. And also, as you'll see in the IGA, Milton is also going to be sharing some of our costs regarding utilities expenses each month as well. So this is an agreement to allow Milton to come in and utilize our jail.
Thank you, sir. I was actually just responding to a text from Sheriff Labatt, who was wishing me a Happy New Year, and I thought I would take the opportunity to let him know that at this moment we are taking up the item to discuss approval of the Milton IGA for the jail. Any questions from council on this item? Thank you, sir. Ms. Eswine, anything else?
I think you pretty well summed it up, so unless there are questions, I'll leave it at that.
Fantastic. Ms. Shapiro, do we have any public comment cards on this item?
We do not, sir.
However, if anyone would like to come forward now, you can. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment. Do I have a motion from council?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, make a motion that council approve the intergovernmental agreement by and between the City of Alpharetta, City of Milton, and the Fulton County Sheriff's Office to board and provide for housing of inmates at the Alpharetta Jail per the terms of the agreement.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Hypes, a second by Mayor Pro Tem Merkel. Any discussion? Mayor Pro Tem Merkel.
I just want to thank the chief. You know, when we can do these sort of collaborated ventures with surrounding areas to maximize it, we've done a lot of it in Parks and Rec and sharing with the communities around us. It just makes it better. It really does. It allows us to utilize it. The jail just for Alpharetta would be a heavy lift for the city, cost, expenses, everything else, and we don't need it all. So I think it's a testament to the leadership in the surrounding cities, in addition to the leadership up here and the leadership out here, that once again we've done something similar here with public safety, and I commend you for it, and thank you.
If there's no other comments, I'll go ahead and call for the vote, and that was to approve the IGA on the Alpharetta Jail with the City of Milton as outlined by Mayor Pro Tem Merkel and Councilman Hypes. Motion. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. And it does pass unanimously. So that'll wrap up new business for this evening, and we'll move on to the workshop items. Oh, that's right. I forgot to scratch it out, but I've already let everybody know that that was pulled until we get further information. So we will skip the workshop portion of tonight's meeting because that was the only item. And now it will be public comment. So if there's anyone here that has not had an opportunity but would like to come forward and speak, now's your chance. Seeing none, we will close public comment. Any reports? Councilman Hypes.
The report is pretty much a thank you to our Parks and Recs Department. Our last meeting was on December 12. We've now been through Christmas, and I just want to express my gratitude. Alpharetta is as pretty a city as anywhere this side of Dahlonega at Christmas time, with the lights and the downtown and the atmosphere, and that didn't happen by accident. That's a lot of people putting time and effort into dressing our city up, and it may be community, it may be public works as well, but I'm getting down there, it's public works. So my thanks to everybody in the city. We all love living here and working here, and it is just incredibly special at Christmas time, so thanks.
Any other reports? Councilman Dorito.
I echo your comments, Councilman Hypes. But I do want to also acknowledge over the holiday season, our public safety departments, police, fire, 911, I know they were quite busy over this past weekend and over the Christmas break. And it's always a time that I at least think of these folks who are on 24/7 call. We get the ability to spend time with our family and focus on family stuff and celebrating holiday season. And we have police and firefighters and 911 operators and EMS working pretty hard for us 24/7. And Chief, I know your department was very busy from the reports we've received from you. And I just want to publicly appreciate them, knowing that they're away from their families when they're doing this as well. So we always got to thank them for that.
Well said, sir. Any other reports? Seeing no other reports, I would like to call for a motion and a vote to recess into executive session. Or we can filibuster.
Motion to move. So move.
Have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Merkel. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Councilman Hypes. All those in favor of the motion to recess into executive session, please raise your right hand. It is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, we will recess into executive session. Reconvene in a few minutes. Thank you very much.